Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. Say, man, every night at 7 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, I am the 5-star general, former board president, HISD, Rhonda Skilling Jones, indicted today along with 6 other people. They were actually indicted on the 14th. The indictment was unsealed today. But today, we're going to talk about it. And I got some bombshells just for you. Let's crank it up, man. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in to your boy. You know, it's the 5-star general. I'm here for you every night, man. And you know, without you guys, I would not have a show at all. So it's always an honor and a pleasure to be able to come and hang out with y'all. Before we get to the meat and potatoes, I want to send a big shout out to them Jackson State Tigers who arrived at the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia today. And I want to wish Coach Prime good luck because he's changing the game. And just good luck, my friend. Good luck to both teams. But, you know, I'm a Coach Prime fan, always been that, and going to always be that. So good luck to Deion Sanders and his team. And hopefully they come out on the right side. Also, good luck to all the teams playing in the Texas State Football Championships. I'm a state champion, and I know the impact that will have on these kids' lives for the rest of their life. So I want to wish every last team that's playing the rest of this weekend, and congratulate all the winners that have played so far yesterday and today, and congratulate the ones that made it there. Even though you didn't win, you are 2 of the top teams that was left in the state of Texas. So, you know, kudos to those kids. I know what everybody want to talk about. So the only way I'm going to talk about it, I'm dead serious. I need you to push the share button. We need to push the share button as many times as we can share it. Share it to all your groups. Share it with your friends.
The service you provided was the best I've ever received.
I love that we can stay in the car.
About what happened today. The indictment was unsealed.
It was an amazing experience.
Speed, great service. That's what we do.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
The Houston Independent School District. It includes the corruption that was going on in the procurement department. So that you guys can clearly get an understanding. I've been doing this for 10 years with these people.
Ron, these are serious allegations spanning more than 10 years. And tonight, several former HISD officials, I should say,
but
are
it looks like
facing the
every
real
time I say
possibility
something,
of
it comes
prison
true.
time.
It always comes true.
Tonight,
and it is what it is.
Former HISD
the Houston
Chief Operating
Independent
Officer
School
Brian
District is
Busby
one of the most
walking out of
corrupt
federal
school
court.
districts in
He
the
and
country. I don't give a
contract
damn
vendor
about a
Nathan
new
Hutchison
board.
Today
I don't give a damn about the only board members I give a damn about is Kendall Baker and Bridget Wade. But I don't give a damn about a new board because we still got people on that board that's doing dirty things to kids.
In a 26
You know,
county
every
indictment,
time you
federal
look up a
investigators say
teacher
from
needs a
2011
raise,
to
there's never
2020,
seems to
Busby
be
helped
enough
award
money.
HISD
So you give them a
construction and
raise,
ground
there's nothing
maintenance
major.
contracts
Every
to
time
Hutchinson
that the
in
kids
exchange for
need
cash
something at the
bribes
schools,
and hundreds
it's
of
never
thousands of
enough
dollars
money.
in
The
remodeling.
question is why.
The feds raided HISD headquarters.
The question is why is there never
homes back
enough
in early
money?
2020.
It's simple.
Investigators
Because I've
say
been
evidence
telling you
shows
for
Hutchinson
years
overbilled
that these people
HISD
have been
by
stealing the
$6
money.
million over 7 years.
They've been doing
Hutchinson would
everything
allegedly pay Busby
that they
a
could
portion
do
of those profits
to get
Busby,
the
in
money.
turn, would pay off
You feel
other
what I'm
former
saying,
district
Terry? You need to
officials,
fix it on
including
your
the
end.
former school
You
board
guys, I
president,
think you guys
Rhonda
can hear me. Am I
Skilling-Jones.
correct?
This was blatant
Can you guys hear me?
corruption
Because I
and
don't
a
want to
violation
come out of here and have
trust
to
of
come
all
back
the
in.
community members,
Make sure that you
particularly
can
those
hear me.
students
All right.
and employees
Um,
at HISD.
for
This
many,
is
many moons,
unprecedented.
Both men
they've been
entered not guilty
stealing
pleas
the money,
earlier today.
and they
Aaron
always
represents Busby, says he
stealing the
intends
money.
to prove
Hold
it.
on a
He went
second, y'all.
from
I don't know what's
janitor
going
to
on.
chief operating officer without a sniff
Okay.
of any kind of illegality. He's not taking a bribe.
Hold on a second. I don't know. Hold on a second, y'all. Let's do it like this here. Let's
Several
do
former
this
HISD officials,
so we
including
can make
Skiller and
sure.
Jones, have already pled guilty to taking part in the scheme. That will be a huge legal hurdle to overcome.
Hearing your news come through. Hold on a second. Let me double check something.
Already given information.
Okay, I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out.
Being used
Bear with me. I figured it out.
These two
new. I figured it out. Okay, there we go. All right. So, for many, many moons, there's been a lot of corruption in the Houston Independent School District. And during all of these times, I kept telling y'all it was at the board level. Now, people want to get on the board and they want to say, oh, we don't get paid. I kept telling y'all they get paid under the table. They get paid under the table, man. They get paid under the table, whether it's the vendors, whether it's the teachers union, some kind of way they getting money. And they ain't getting no little money. They getting big money. They getting big money, baby. You feel what I'm saying? So tonight we're going to start it off like this, and then we're going to get to it. Let's go back. Bear with me. I got to make sure that we straight. And I'm finna share a page with you, so just bear with me. I'm getting it up. I'm getting it up. Let's make sure that you can see.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world,
hear that?
Generations of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at Rotary.org.
Here we go.
It includes the district's former chief operating officer, Brian Busby. Marcelino Benito joins us live from outside the federal courthouse now. Marcelino.
Ron, these are serious allegations spanning more than 10 years. And tonight, several former HISD officials, are facing the real possibility of prison time. Tonight, new video. Former
HISD Chief Operating Officer Brian Busby walking out of federal court. He and contract vendor Nathan Hutchinson arrested today and facing corruption charges for a multi-million-dollar bribery scheme.
We just have to be prayerful for our district, for our students, and center back on what our objective should be.
In a 26-count indictment, federal investigators say from 2011 to 2020, Busby helped award HISD construction and ground maintenance contracts to Hutchinson in exchange for cash bribes and hundreds of thousands of dollars in remodeling. The feds raided HISD headquarters and Busby and Hutchinson's homes back in early 2020. Investigators say evidence shows Hutchinson overbilled HISD by $6 million over 7 years. Hutchison would allegedly pay Busby a portion of those profits. Busby, in turn, would pay off other former district officials, including the former school board president, Rhonda Skiller Jones.
This was blatant corruption and a violation of trust of all the community members, particularly those students and employees at HISD. This is unprecedented.
Both men entered not guilty pleas earlier today. Dick DeGuerin represents Busby, says he intends to prove it.
He went from janitor to chief operating officer without a sniff of any kind of illegality. He's not taken a bribe. He hadn't paid any bribes. He's innocent, and a fair jury is going to say that.
Several former HISD officials, including Skiller and Jones, have already pled guilty to taking part in the scheme. That will be a huge legal hurdle to overcome, says KHOU legal analyst Carmen Rowe.
Those individuals who have already given information to the government being used against these two new defendants.
Tonight, HISD tells us they cooperated with the investigation since day one and added, quote, as that criminal investigation progressed, HISD also implemented additional internal procedures to safeguard against the type of conduct alleged in the charges announced today. No person charged in connection with the indictments announced is currently employed by HISD.
I hope the parents understand that this is a new board for the most part.
Okay, I'm back. She said we need to circle back and get focused on what we need to do. And once again, they want the parents to trust the board. And this is a new board. Well, I'm sorry, Ms. Buford Daniels, but we can't circle back. And I'm going to tell you why we can't circle back. Because there's still people on the board that are getting kickbacks. There's still people sitting up there playing the game. So the lie that's been told that board members don't get paid, I think that went out the window today. Because there's millions of dollars that is changing hands, whether it's by hand, whether it's in white envelopes, however y'all doing it on that board. And I'm not talking about Buford Daniels, to say the least, at all. But there are people on that board that are getting that money, man. They getting that money. But see, you can't buy what we need in a schoolhouse, but you getting that money. Your kids don't go to our schools. They go to private school, but you getting that money. So ain't nobody finna sit back and circle back and do nothing at this point. No, what we gonna do, we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna keep moving forward. Now, I know I'm the hottest ticket in town tonight. I'm the hottest ticket in town tonight. Why am I the hottest ticket? Because every black elected official, that's somebody, you watching me. See, it's something that wasn't said in that interview that I think the world needs to know. Now, from day one, I've always told y'all what it was. Now, y'all out there with your finger up your ass, acting like you don't hear me, or I'm just stupid and I'm belligerent, I want you to sit back and shut your mouth tonight. I want you to sit back and I want you to pay close attention to the smartest dude in the room. Contracts, procurement. That's what they call it, right? This was going on after TEA decided to investigate HISD. So it kept going on. You know why I know it kept going on? Because remember, y'all kicked me out of the district and I had to fight you in court. And I remember the first night I came back to a board meeting. I walked in the boardroom. I went up to Brian Busby and I told him, you need to call me Monday. That it was a Thursday. That Monday would have been Martin Luther King Day in Houston. All you politicians, shut your mouth and sit down and eat this soup right now with your slick asses. I tell him, you need to call me. He say, man, what's going on? I say, somebody after you. Well, who after me? Don't worry about it. You need to call me Monday. Now, if you don't call me Monday, you're going to have a problem. So he didn't call me that Monday. And that Wednesday, after that Monday, the feds went in the building. The feds went in the building. Hold on a second, y'all. The feds went in the building. That's when they showed up and then they surrounded Busby's house. So this was after Mr. Bencourt, you listening? Mr. Paul Bencourt, state senator, you listening? This was after TEA did the investigation and said we had procurement problems and they wanted to take over the district. So they were still playing the game after TEA came in the building, because then the feds showed up. Okay, how does that work from now? I gave y'all fair warning that if you stuck your damn nose in my school board race, that I would bring hell on earth to you. And I think I've been doing that the last month and a half. Y'all over there shaking like a stripper at $2 Tuesday. You shaking like booty meat right now. You know why? Because y'all ain't no gangsters, man. Y'all some white collar criminals. So, okay, they went in that end. So what happened with this today that all of y'all out there don't know about? Let me go to my notes. Let me go to my notes. Did you know that 4 months ago, now I want all you politicians to pay close attention to me. This is very important. You don't want to miss this. Now I know you regular people don't want to miss it, but you politicians definitely don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. 4 months ago, they grabbed Rhonda Skilling Jones. 4 months ago. So I'm going to ask a question because y'all stupid. Have any of y'all had a meeting with Rhonda Skilling Jones in private in the last 4 months? You notice I'm chewing on this, right? This is one of those wires that go around the bread. The reason I ask is because 4 months ago, she went into debriefing. And that's where they bring you in and they talk to you. They showed her what they had against her. And it was far more than what you saw today. So if it was far more, that means the deal was cut. At that point, she agreed to be an informant for the FBI. At that point, she started wearing the wire. Oh, they ain't tell you that on the news, huh? She started wearing the wire. So for the last 4 months, you dumb politicians, you've been having meetings with a wired up informant. And when she went in that room, she got to singing like Beyonce, partner. Yeah. So in order to put the wire on, they have to validate the things that she told them about you guys. So they put the wire on her. So for the last 4 months, some of y'all been running your mouth too much. And they got everything they need. So does it get better, Mr. Monroe? Yeah, it gets better. It gets a whole lot better. From what I understand, it's 19 of y'all that they come and get. Thanks to your good friend, Rhonda Skilling Jones. 19 of y'all. Now they're going to snatch at least 4 of y'all real fast, and then they'll come back and get the other 15. Do you understand what that means? I'm just the messenger. But 19 of y'all is on the wire. See, you don't want to trust me, but you'll trust her. So now, what are you going to say now? So now this is what I think. I know today, according to what we know, Miss Skilling Jones either resigned from her position or she was terminated. I don't know. I'm thinking that she resigned. Well, who did she work for? County Commissioner Rodney Ellis. Say they got some tall buildings in downtown Houston. They might have some open windows on the 45th floor. Go do what y'all do, bruh. So hold on a second, Monroe. She worked for Rodney Ellis and she was wearing the wire? Yeah. Yeah. She worked for Ellis and she was wearing the wire. Hold on. So that means for the last 4 months, you guys have been recorded to the maximum. And you guys have major problems. So this is what I would respectfully ask you to do so that you can clearly understand. First of all, Ms. Skillen Jones should resign her position with Houston Community College immediately. Immediately. That should be a gimme. She's already indicted. She's already cut the deal. She's already cut the deal. And she was an undercover informant for at least the last 4 months. So I think that she should resign her position immediately. Now, let's keep talking about this here. There are some people that think they're going to get away. Is there going to be a subpoena for a superintendent in Missouri named Dr. Grenita Lathan? Because Mr. Busby couldn't do nothing unless he cleared it with her. Is there going to be a subpoena for her? There could be. Will there be a subpoena for the other 2 African-American board members that decided they didn't want to be on the board anymore? I will go out on a limb and say that it would be hard for me to believe that Yolanda Jones violated the law. So I don't think that she did that. I just think that that was too much for her. It was too much BS, and she moved on. And she ran for something else, and she didn't win. Will there be subpoenas for the 2 other ones, which was Yolanda and Wanda? Who knows? See, you guys are in a circle. You got this close-knit circle of black politicians. You know, you Boule Nichols. That's just what I called y'all. Y'all them Boulets that think y'all better than everybody else. So which one of you which one of you 19 on the tape? Hold on a second. So she definitely cut the deal. She was facing about 25 to 30 years, and now she's only facing 5. So it was definitely some singing going on. Now, let me tell you what that make me feel like, y'all, because this is crazy. This is really crazy when you think about it. Black people got a hard enough time trying to prove ourselves with everything that's going on. People entrust you people to go in the office and do the right things. And guess what you do? Every single time you go into office and you fuck it up. You know why? Because you crumb snatching. You want the little money. If you are going to go to jail, then at least you could get some real money out the deal. But the people that suffer the most is not the big entity, which is HISD, that, you know, they got tons of money. The people that suffer the most is the ones that go to those schools. And you didn't think about none of them when you decided that you would cut the deal and become who you became. Somebody that looked down on us sitting out in the crowd. Somebody that didn't want to answer our emails because we had concerns about our school not being funded right. And now, according to Trustee Buford Daniels, we need to put our trust in this new board. Hell no. Let me tell you what you can't do with cockroaches. This is what you can't do. When it's time to exterminate the house, you can't exterminate one room and you got 4. You got 4 rooms in your house, but you're going to exterminate one. That ain't how that works. You got to exterminate the whole house. HISD needs to be cleaned out because there's too many of these people still in the building doing what they do. It's too many people still in that building doing what they do. You feeling what I'm saying? So I'm calling for the resignation of any current board member that's been in there for the last 2 years. Dog, y'all need to walk away, man. Because with this stuff going on, if y'all don't walk away, TEA ain't gonna have no choice but to do what they do. And you're willing to put these kids through all this hell because you're money hungry. You're money hungry. You understanding what I'm saying? But that shows me that you never gave a damn about our children. That shows me that the only thing you care about is you. And at this point in the game, because y'all done got away with so much for so long, you're not going to get away with this. You're not going to be able to talk your way up out of this. Dick DeGuerin ain't going to get around this. No, 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 no. The feds have a 96% conviction rate. Now, if anybody on the board has been in the room with Ms. Skillen Jones for the last 4 months by yourself and you've been talking like y'all talk, you might want to resign your position. You might want to ride off into the sunset. If any one of you politicians have been in discussions where she was present and you were talking that talk about that money and them contracts and all that slick shit y'all be doing, you need to resign your positions and go away real fast, because we're going to have special elections for about the next 2 years to fill a whole bunch of them slots, because the jig is up, bro. Y'all done did too much, man. See, y'all forgot the rules of engagement. And the reason that you forgot the rules of engagement is because you're not from the streets. Yeah, you might have lived in Third Ward all your life or Acres Homes all your life, but you really wasn't in them streets, man. We got rules we live by. And the ones of us that survived, you know how we did? Because we made the money we were supposed to make and we got out of the game. Y'all problem is you don't want to get out the game. You want to play John Gotti. You want to stay in the game. But you finna get out one way or the other. So what way would you like to do it? Would you like to walk away? And if something comes up, you can deal with it with your pride and your dignity? Or do you want to be in office the day that they come and they drag you out? You are making Black people look bad. You are making Black voters look stupid. This is what you guys are doing. This is what you guys are doing. Janelle says you don't talk to the police. She got 5 kids, baby. She's 39 years old. She might be facing 20 to 30 years. I don't think she can handle that pressure. I think she's going to tell them everything they want to know. It's obvious because you've been an informant for the last 4 months, easily. Might have been longer than that, but I know for the last 4 months. So the thing is, us in the game. Let me put up my man Alan Guillory comment. He said, yep, they greeted like dope dealers in the 80s. And by the 90s, the rules changed, but they didn't want, I guess he meant to say they didn't want to get out of the game. Exactly. It's time for you to get out of the game. It's time for you older people that want to pull the strings outside of the game, acting like you the dons. It's time for you to let these people go because these people are finna destroy themselves. Do I give a damn if they go to jail? No. Do I feel bad that it's a black person that got caught up? No. Why would I care about them black people? Why would I care? Because the people that you were messing over were black and Latino babies. Why is it always you guys that get caught up in the corruption and it has directly affected us in some kind of manner? You make us look bad as a people. And you want us to continue to trust you. You've been hurting our children for decades. And now the chicken's going to come home to roost. So the one thing that I've always said, that if you get one of them, the dominoes going to fall. They won. And the dominoes are about to fall. So if you think you slick and you got a whole bunch of money, that shit don't matter right now. They got you on the wire. And wires have done in some of the greatest of all time. Ask John Gotti about that wire with Sammy the Bull. So say, for instance, and I'm not saying that he did anything wrong, which I feel he's a crook. County Commissioner Ellis, you the Don, huh? You John Gotti. Well, Miss Skillin Jones is your Sammy the Bull. You might want to take your ass somewhere and go sit down. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And for a long time, y'all have gotten away with bloody murder. Bloody murder, man. And all this for you to make crumbs and somebody else makes hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars and you get $5,000 to $10,000. You sell a hood out for some crumbs? So if you're just tuning in, former board president, along with Brian Busby, and it killed me with Derek Sanders because he was cool as a fan. I dealt with him many days on the bond meetings, and he helped, get the new Yates built and a couple of other schools he was directly involved in. And, but I can't feel bad if you violated the law. I can't feel bad for you if you violated the law. So the thing is this here. If you just tuned in, former board president Rhonda Skillin Jones, in an unsealed indictment today, was indicted on December 14th for bribery and conspiracy. She's now facing 5 years, and it should have been more than that, but she cut the deal. She became an informant about 4 months ago, give or take a few months. And she had the wow. She became a confidential informant. So all of y'all that's cool with her, that done hung out with her, that done been in them private meetings, you know how you bootleg niggas get down. And I know you've been there. I know you've been in the meeting because you had to deal with them elections So it's a whole bunch of stuff on them tapes. It's time for you to pay what you owe. It's time for you to pay what you owe. So how do you feel now? Do I feel good about being correct about all this? No, I don't. Because I think about all the kids that have suffered, all the teachers that have lost their careers behind these people's foolishness. They played God. They played God many days. But see, HISD was your heaven. But even God kicked Satan out of heaven. Whole bunch of y'all finna go to jail, man. So to give you a recap, in case you didn't know, there should be about 19 people additionally that should be indicted based on the wire. Based on the wire. So how do we, as a community of parents, a community of taxpayers, a community of students, a community of good teachers, and even good administrators, how do we rebound again from this fiasco? Unless we are willing to admit that HISD needs to be exterminated, we are risking losing. We should not make a decision. You guys have been friends with this lady and didn't even know she was wearing a wire. Whatever positions you're in, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I really think it's preseason for the feds on this. They ain't even got the regular season yet, the hope. They coming to see y'all, man. And you think that you can sit around and go get Rusty? Just say Rusty Hardin and Dick DeGuerin can only represent so many of y'all. And if they got clients right now, they can't represent you. So you gonna end up with little Bobby Joe, fresh up out of law school, trying to represent you in these federal cases. Now, what I really want to do tonight, I think we should do a community effort. And I think I'm going to put Nikki Kaiser in charge of it. We should do a GoFundMe for former board president Rhonda Skilling Jones. Because she's going to need some commissary money. Lost your job. I think she might need a So according to Kenitra, she says that the contractor made $6 million and they found $158,000 in Busby's house, who lost it in this deal. Then Busby had to split his kickbacks with everybody else. But who did he split them with? Who was the person that they split them kickbacks with? So how do we recover, you guys? And demand what we need across the board. We need new board. Some of y'all put their events, these Negroid events that they put on. These Negroid events that they put on. You'll see the same people at every single event. So these people that represent us on this school board, this needs to change immediately. So what does that mean? I know people don't get to take over, but we can't keep this, bro. Every 2 or 3 years, we got scandal going. It's major like this here in Rockside District. That's because voters are too goddamn. Because one is a turkey, but we can't. Okay, I had to change the stream. I was having a problem. So if all it takes is a turkey for us to keep being in the middle of this corruption and these people robbing our kids blind, got our school district all messed up, then maybe it's time for them to go. I want to go back to a great side of town that had 2 great high schools over there. Smiling, Forest Brook, the North in North Forest, they had some issues, and then they had to close that school district down. The only reason HISD absorbed North Forest ISD was to skim the money. That represented more money. They didn't absorb that school district to help those children because it's obvious they have not. Not the way that little Sam Smith and Tamika Motley and Nikki Kaiser got to keep dealing with these schools. Y'all didn't absorb North Forest ISD to solve the issues that they had out there. You absorbed North Forest ISD to get the money. So whoever was over that out there alone, and that happened to be former board president Rhonda Skillen Jones, that has failed. And it is what it is. Let me read some of you guys' comments. Kenitra say, I can't believe she was all on Isaiah Factor talking about 30 cents, and they've allowed millions to be stolen from taxpayers. Exactly. Rhonda Skillen Jones was over the absorbed North Forest North Forest ISD. When HISD took them over and brought them into HISD. But it was only done to get the money out of the school. So how much money have they gotten? They've gone back 10 years. They say this type of stuff has been going on for 10 years. So you know it's finna be some folks going down with this one. It's finna be some folks going down with this one, man. Black politicians, you're at a crucial point. The Democratic Party, you're at a crucial point. We're getting ready for midterm elections. I mean, yeah, midterms. So we're getting ready for primaries and then midterms. Primaries and midterms. Let's just be honest, bro. It's going to be hard for black people to trust some of you politicians, man. It's going to be hard for us to trust some of you judges, some of you people running for state rep, because you're all in it together. You're all in it together. And you judges, 90% of y'all are reporting to Rodney Ellis. Y'all letting this dude play y'all. You stupid. Y'all really risking going to jail for a dude that's going to abandon you? If Kirby John Caldwell didn't show you something, you need to see how they did him once he got indicted. He just fell it. They didn't mess with him no more. They didn't mess with him no more. And a mom that's 39 years old with 5 children had to be worth it. That money more important than those children. Living in a certain status was more important than them 5 children. Your freedom was more important than them 5 children. But guess what I always tell y'all? Your kid is important to you, not to me. So do I feel bad about a mom having to go to jail for whatever amount of time? They say 30 in the paper. She feel bad about going to jail. Hell no. Violated the law. Why should I care about your 5 children when you didn't care about 1,000 kids? Those thousands of kids that you chose not to have. Those thousands at this point, I love my community. Whether they the north side, the south side, whatever, I love my people. Now, Nikki is a pastor or minister. You got to know God sending you a boat. Let me for you slow. You got to know when God is sending you some. You school board. So now you will change the Houston Independent School District. He sent you a boat. He sent you a man that has great character. He sent you a man that has the passion. He sent a man that couldn't be corrupted. And you turn back on what some people say is a true blessing. And you know why they didn't want me on the school board? Because they knew I would not sit in that room and do the type of things that they were doing. And nor would I sit in that room and allow anybody else to do it. But see, it was up to you. And you failed our communities. You failed our children. So crooks in elected positions do not exist unless uninformed voters go out there and put them into office. Does it get worse after today? Yes, it does. It's going to get a lot worse. And the people that made it worse, if they can escape jail, they'll sit there and watch it implode because they never gave a damn from day one. They didn't care. They never will care. And they don't care if our communities go to hell. So every one of you politicians that wouldn't have a meeting with a taxpaying citizen in the last 4 months, every one of you politicians that thumb your nose up to us, your partner been recording you. So don't be mad at me for reporting it. Be mad at your homie for backdooring you. Where your homie at the day when the indictments come out? Somebody told me it looked like she at Disneyland. Ain't gonna be Disneyland where you're going. Ain't gonna be Disneyland where you're going. And I can't wait till they come get all you parasites. I can't wait till they get every single one of y'all. You know why? Because of what you've done to our children and to our communities. All of y'all sitting, I'm not talking about the regular viewers. I'm talking about you politicians that like to watch these videos. Y'all sitting there knowing what y'all do on a daily basis to our communities. But you could care less. You could care less. So I want to say this because I think it needs to be said. Anytime I've reported you, it's been business. I'm just a messenger. Don't come to me in the streets with your foolishness, because it ain't going to go the way that you think it's going to go. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go. It's going to go the opposite way. We need to get together and we need to wrap our arms around our communities. Our schools are going to be attacked. Our schools are going to be threatened to be closed. TEA is going to want to come in and take over the school district, all of that. And it's all because of the actions of these people. I told you. I don't know why God picked me for this assignment, but I embrace my assignment. But every time he tells me to tell you something, I try to tell you the right thing. But you don't want to listen. And every time I tell you what's going to happen or tell you somebody's dirty, it always comes true. That's because I do the work. I do the research. I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to call y'all out if y'all not doing nothing wrong. But the ones that I have called out, I know how dirty you are. Rodney Ellis needs to be voted out. Lena Hidalgo needs to be voted out. Sylvester Turner's leaving, cool. Adrian Garcia needs to be voted out. A whole bunch of these judges, black, need to be voted out. School minus for deals. And that's not all of them. It's just some of them. You need to go. You have done enough damage. You have done enough damage. But I tell you what, you ain't got to leave. You ain't got to do nothing. But I know you cockroaches finna be telling on each other. Y'all couldn't do the county jail. You couldn't do 1 day in the county jail, man. You have done. You couldn't do 1 day in county jail at all. But you ain't got to worry about doing 1 day in the county jail. Some of y'all gonna do 20 years. And I hope you enjoy every minute of it. with all the millions of dollars y'all have stolen, with all the elections that you have stolen, the disrespect for the community, a whole bunch of y'all should rot in the bottom of hell. Or, you know what you could do? You could go take some singing lessons. Because it's 19 of y'all. You're going to thank y'all New Edition at the BET Awards when they had all of them stage. The real ones and the ones from the miniseries. You're going to think it's that many people singing the way some of y'all finna start snitching. I said it and I mean it. It's a reason I'm the best in the business. Cause every night, 7 o'clock, Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitter. Get on the phone and call them and tell them. My friends say I'm a legend. That I am the 5-star general. Rhonda Skilling Jones, don't drop the soap. But I tell you this, in my Ice Cube voice, it ain't over, motherfucker. A whole bunch more of y'all finna go to jail. Go get y'all snitching homie, man, folks. You tell on somebody else. I'll holler at you tomorrow.